But, during the 86 season, Robert Matheson and Jim Kilpatrick decided that they would move over to Shots. And it was a bit of a shock to the band, to Polkemmet, because, it was flying pretty high. And what about your memories of that, like when you found out about that?
I know you'd heard rumours a week or so before. I think you put two and two together, what was going on. I must have been walking around in a haze at the time, I can't remember. But I remember after we competed at Cowell, I had to go away, I had to go to a wedding. And Rab took us all up the back of the bus and said, I've got something to say. Rumours you've heard are all true, and I'm going to Shots. And I thought, what's going on? Where does that all leave us? And it was hard to take in. It was really, for me, Rab and Jim were the driving force behind that band, and to have that away, just think, what's going on? What's behind it all? And you just kind of lost. I think we were all a bit aggrieved because we didn't know why. Is it us? Why? Because I didn't think it was going to a better band at Shots, because they weren't in the prize list at all. So
other reasons.
It was very, very disappointing.
Absolutely.
I must have been had my head in the clouds as well, because I knew nothing, no warning, till I was on that pipe band bus going to Cowell that day, and I got told by one of the drummers that they were leaving the band. And I did wonder, because they always came in the bus, but they weren't on the bus that day. My memory when he told us is slightly different. I think we went on and played on the park.
Yeah.
Then we come off the park and he asked everybody in the band to come over and he told us then, and I must admit I was hurt at the time. I couldn't understand it. We were far better than Shots at that time. We were very close to winning majors. We had a cracking band, we had good atmosphere within the band, we all got on outside the band, and Rab and Jim, we played together way back in 1970, so we started in the juveniles together. Polkemmet was the first band. Why would you leave that to go to another band? Time's a great healer, but I must admit at the time I found it difficult to understand, and I must admit I had to say I was really angry at the time, really angry.
We did notice good.
And I remember we had a meeting after that, and I think Rab and Jim wanted to finish at Pitlochry, and from memory we decided as a band, no, you're not going to be pipe major any longer. I think that was the first I asked you to take the band on at Pitlochry, and you declined, and unfortunately it was left to me. I think we got a prize that day.
Exactly.
I think we went to. Did we not have to go? We played. Did we not have to get on a bus to Stirling to do some gig after it and then come back? Because we were all staying in caravans.
Oh yeah.
At the campsite. Foscali.
Foscali.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I think we did. I think we had to go away and do a gig at Stirling University.
It was all about a haze that last one. Yeah, certainly disappointed.
And then from then, I think I left to go to Shots. I was asked, and I did swither which one to go to, because Ian Roddick had asked me to go up to Scottish Power, and I did swither for a while, but eventually I went to go, and I thought, what have I done? Because you just look at it and think, well, maybe made the wrong move, but it was disappointing. I thought there was more in us, but it wasn't to be. And you're right, I have never been in a band since that had the same camaraderie between drum corps and pipe corps. But everybody was singing off the same hymn sheet. We all played hard together. We worked hard together, but by God, we played hard together. But it was everybody.
Some fantastic.
It was the whole
characters,
band. It was the whole band.
So what about, I mean, we've only got, I guess, 5 of us here, but some other characters, some have passed on. Did anyone come to mind?
Andy Craig.
Andrew Craig,
Mr.
yeah.
Andrew
Be
Craig.
here.
Ian
He should be
Wilson,
here.
Ian Roddick. I mean, unfortunately, Ian's in a care home right now, but Ian Roddick was another one. He was, I think, some of the glue that held
Harry
the band
King.
together as
James
well.
King was in the band.
Harry
for a
King.
while. Joe
Yeah.
Jimmy
McDermott.
John
remember Joe?
McDermott, yeah.
Kermit McDermott.
Yeah.
John
Oh, John
McDermott.
McDermott, yeah.
Rabbit face.
John Marr.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to think who else. Alec Elric,
Ross Calhoun.
Ross Calhoun,
Christy Kelly, he was in the band.
Oh,
Christy for a little while.
Christy couldn't make it.
We could have had I mean, if everybody stayed with the band, it was
Eric Riggler was in the band for a wee while.
Yeah. So the band, Polkemmet, after that, held together as it was. I mean, everybody moved on here. Brian, you'd gone to the Vale.
Oh, I hung around for that. Had one season with Big Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after that,
After that I moved on.
yeah. And then Ian.
I went to Shorts.
Gordon, you quickly Torfickin,
Yeah.
and became pipe major and took them to the height of grade 2 and grade 1 as well.
Yeah.
So great work there. Davey, you were Scotch Power.
B Cal at that time,
B-Cal,
just
yeah.
in the changeover with the
Yeah.
sponsorship.
So everybody, moved on as they do. But then Polkemmet under Davy Barnes and Jim King did very well
Yeah.
in the 90s.
They managed to get the first major.
Yeah.
That major
Yeah.
came
Right.
in.
Yeah.
And they had an army of pipers at the time, 24, 25, I think.
Yeah.
I think Davey's musical style helped that a lot as well. I mean, Davey's a musician.
Yeah.
You know, he is a musician first and foremost, and I think his repertoire, if you look into that 91 medley, really set a lot of people talking, and I think that also helped change a little bit of people's perception of what Strathclyde Police straight down the line were doing, and people moved away from that as well.
And what was it, the Balerno medley?
Yeah, Celtic Bolero.
Yeah, Bolero, sorry.
But
Palermo.
but again, Davey's a musician. You know, Davey's definitely a musician.
Yeah, David was in the Royal Scots,
Yeah,
but not the Royal Scots Pipe
He's a
Band.
piper. No,
He was a musician.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
So-
and he did the same with, when he left Polkemmet, he went to, go to Australia for a little while, and then came back, took over Polkemmet again, but he also did Loaning Borders Police.
And
And,
Stevie Young came.
yeah.
Okay.
With the
I went
band,
back briefly, I had a season with Stevie Young.
Yeah.
Briefly, aye.
Yeah.
well, the band kept going up until, I don't know when it kind of finally packed in.
Eric Ward was lead drummer.
A lot of fits and starts, and then it just.
It was at the end of Stevie Young's apprenticeship, because I'd rejoined after for Torfickin for a couple of years, and then I left again.
But it was doing okay. It never really hit the heights of what.
It was never the same,
No.
to be honest.
No.
I didn't feel then when we had in the 80s. Whether that's because we were all getting older as well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Couldn't do the same hijinks as we used to.
No, I mean there was some, yeah.
There's lots of stories. And
I think I will have to leave those stories.
A lot of those.
Just as well there was no mobile phones.
But again, no, you're right. Yeah, thank God
Yes,
there was
we
no
used to.
mobile phones.
Well, look,
No.
it's, a lot of bands, very few bands keep going forever.
Exactly.
And a lot of bands that we could look at, but Polkemmet, I think it's important to record a little bit of the history of the band, especially the band when it was in its first musical heyday in the 80s with Rob and Jim.
I think before then, I joined at the end of 80 season, and the band was winning
Aye,
under John.
Johnny Barnes and Simon Reid.
Right.
He was a good tutor of mine. He was a pipe sergeant in a cracking band. Again, that was back in the days when numbers were 10 or 12 was a big band. And that's when it was sponsored by the Colliery.
Johnny left, what, 81, end of 81? Rob, I've got a letter from Matt Morrow, the secretary, in 81 at home, saying Johnny Barnes has left. We've appointed Robert Matheson as pipe major. And Rob worked hard. That Johnny Barnes band had some cracking players.
Rob, when
he worked hard.
Yeah, had a lot of help from Ian Roddick's brother, Robert Roddick. He was a cracking piper and a good ear as well. He helped considerably.
I always wonder what would happen, because Robert left and Robert went to Dubai or somewhere like that. When I went, Robert was setting the band up and it was cracking. I always wondered what happened if Robert had have concentrated. I'd like to have seen what happened between Robert and Robert Matheson, Robert Roddick and Robert Matheson, because Robert Roddick had a cracking ear.
Yeah.
Absolutely, didn't he? And then Robert worked hard. 82, 83, we did get in the prize list. We were down the bottom end normally, which was good. You know, 4th, 5th and 6th were fine. We were still holding our own. But I think I saw the band change. 84, and Andrew, you came on board. Davey started coming on board. You started coming on board. We got some different players. Harry King came on board. And the band kind of moved on from kind of 82, 83.
The standard of pipe individually
got better.
Was better.
And it brought me up. I mean, I had to, believe me, I had to work to keep up with you guys. Which I had to do. If you wanted to stay in the band, you had to work. Which is what I had to work. But we still kept Stuart Cook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing about those days, also, just looking back at some of the records you showed, we were out almost every Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
From May to the end of August, beginning of September. None of this, 2 or 3 weeks in between.
No.
Sometimes you do a gala day in the morning, and then you go and do a contest in the afternoon. All in number one uniform.
And then back out on the Sunday.
Yeah.
I think I counted, one year we did 26 between mini bands, which don't exist anymore, trios, quartets. I think we were out 26 times.
That was another big thing at that time. At the start of the season was the quartets and mini bands. Which,
don't do that anymore.
Great atmosphere.
Well, they
great
do
atmosphere, and as long as you took your diacam, you were okay. I'm still taking it yet.
Squeaky button.
Yeah,
oh yes, it was for me anyway.
It was. I mean, and you had to be up and running by January, February for mini bands and trios and quartets. You had to have all your selections off, all your MSRs right to do those. And I think now I see bands not even getting together till January to start on whatever. We didn't have that luxury. Yeah, we had to do it straight away.
I think going back to Rab, that was one of the things that he wanted way back in the 80s.
Yeah.
He only really wanted to do the 5 majors, which I find, even to this day, I still find it a bit strange. You work hard for 9 months of the year to go out and play for 5 to 7 minutes 5 times a year. Not for me. The joy was going out and playing with the band every single Saturday, whether it's
in a different place.
Aye, and if it's a small contest, you took it as serious as you did.
And go to and then go to somebody's house for a party after it.
And then go for a party.
We took it serious because we didn't want to sound bad in any way.
Yeah.
Everybody was proud of what we or where we had got to, and I don't think anybody wanted to.
I mean, it didn't matter what state you were in on the Sunday. If we were having a contest on a Sunday, you got up no matter what state you were in and went out and gave it your best.
I can mind Rab once, myself, Ian Roddick, I can't remember who the other guys were, and we were a bit rough on the Sunday because we'd done a contest on the Saturday and another one the Sunday, and before we went on he lined us up and forced us to drink strong coffee before we could even start warming up.
Was that no at Peebles?
It could have been anywhere in the world. I have no idea where it was.
After David Robertson's stomach was in the motorway.
Well, look, let's wrap this up. It's been great speaking with everybody and getting everyone together. And important to have a little bit of history recorded. It was an important band at the time. And thanks very much for taking the time.
Our pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yeah.